Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort Hotel is one of the Universal Parks retro-themed, family-friendly, budget-conscious resort hotels. Today, I'll be running through all the perks of staying at this particular resort hotel and also giving you an in-depth, comprehensive tour of the amenities. So as usual, you can feel free to skip around to the different sections in this video if you're looking for something specific. But first, highlighting the key benefits of staying at this particular park hotel. So of course, you get the early admission to the park just by flashing your hotel key card. This is only available in certain parks and certain days, so definitely recommend you check the Universal app to see which parks on which day will have early admission. There's also free shuttle service to all the parks, and they run every 15 minutes, and the hours are pretty crazy, something like starting at 7 a.m. and ending at something like 1 a.m. in the morning when I went at that time. Hours do vary, so they don't really post it anywhere, but it's definitely very comprehensive, and as you can imagine, we'll stay pretty late to accommodate city walk hours. And it's also very close to the park, so even if you didn't have a car and you just had to go by foot, again, taking advantage of the shuttle service is very manageable. And if you're going there for the Volcano Bay Park, you can actually access it directly on foot at one of the end of the hotel. Some other lesser known perks include you can actually access most other Universal Park hotel pools, with a few exceptions as listed here. And right on site at this resort, you can buy Universal goods. So if you don't want to worry about lugging around your stuff from the park, you can just buy most of what you would want right here on the hotel premises. And anything that you can't find there, you can just ship it literally for free to your hotel. And it even accepts Gringotts money here too. Anything else Universal related, you can actually charge it directly to your room key, including goods and also restaurant costs. Now, do note that Cabana Bay is not a signature hotel, so you won't get stuff like the priority pass for rides or priority reservations in certain restaurants, but that's kind of to be expected at this price point. So now let's go ahead and move on to the actual tour. This is the map of the entire resort, and to be honest, it is very big, so be prepared for a little bit more walking than what you're used to. In the center of it all is the main lobby entrance, but there are definitely other entrances that will be closer to your room and perhaps even closer to the shuttle bus stop. If you have a car with you, there are parking lots all surrounding the resort. You do have to pay an extra fee though per night to have a car, and you would use your key card to go in and out. But here's a look at the lobby when you just walk in. Plenty of seating so you can wait for your Uber or something to get to the airport later. And you can see the check-in counter with some waiting lines are right there. There's also the luggage service where they can hold your luggage if you are trying to get there during the day of your reservation. They can hold it for you while you can go have fun at the parks. Avis car rental right on site, plus a vacation planning center to the right of the door. And towards the back is their Swizzle Bar, one of the few on-site restaurants. Right away, you can actually access the Cabana Courtyard, one of the two pool courtyards in this resort. The standout feature of this courtyard versus the other one is, as you can guess, the cabanas, which are on a reservation basis only, that you have to go to their Atomic Tonic restaurant there to reserve. But everything else is free, including these life vests if you need it to use the pool. It does have a 0 entry point, and it goes, I think, as deep as 5 feet. I think if you want to do a decent amount of swimming, this is probably the better pool. The shape is just a little bit better, in my opinion, for swimming than the other one. There are lifeguards on duty for both pools as well. The hours of the pool itself runs from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. weather permitting. There's also a water slide, which really isn't that steep, so it's very accessible, geared towards kids. And there's a small kiddie splash pad. There's a hot tub and quite a few other dry land amenities, including the Bay Pavilion, Beach Pavilion. There's even a sandy portion of the courtyard here, and it does have a foot washing station, but unfortunately it wasn't working, at least when I went. You can also enjoy a fire pit at night, and if you do need to get s'mores equipment, they do sell it in the Bayliner Diner. There's also this open lawn space where there's actually a nighttime free movie screening. It's by request. There's a few options you can choose from. And no need to worry about restrooms, they're there right on site, also available near the Atomic Tonic. The other courtyard is the Lazy River Courtyard, and you guessed it, it features a lazy river where you can purchase those floaty tubes. Forewarning you, it is a little bit expensive, so recommend you bring your own if you want to save some money. But otherwise, everything else here is free outside of their hideaway bar restaurant. Something to point out, since this is a family-friendly resort, they only allow one alcoholic drink per ID for any of their on-site restaurants outside of the Swizzle Bar. The lazy river hours close 30 minutes from the regular pool, so 9 a.m. to 9:30, and the maximum depth of the lazy river is 3 feet. Pool depth, there's no zero entry here on this side, but it only goes as deep as 5 feet again. There is still a kid-friendly area. It's a little fountain right there, and there's also a sand pit right by the pool. There's also a hot tub here, as well as a few fire pits. This side is definitely, I think, more for rest and relaxation. Since this is the side closer to the Volcano Bay entrance, you can actually see the volcano in the distance in the back. And if you come here at night, you can actually see it all lit up, which is actually pretty cool. Also, from these pool courtyards, you're surrounded by the hotel rooms, so you can see the building names right there, easy to find your way back. And speaking of the hotel room buildings, there are quite a number of wings. Some of them, particularly on the left side, will have an interior entrance, and some will have the exterior entrance. But I had already done a whole room tour, so if you're curious about what one of these rooms may look like, definitely check out my channel. In each of these buildings, they are multi-level, and certain floors will have laundry facilities, but every floor will have their own ice and vending machine. For the center area of the hotel, there are 2 floors. So the first floor has a few other amenities, including a few ATMs if you need it. And the big centerpiece here is the Bayliner Diner, which serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner with some various rotating menu items. So not every day is the same, but then you can also get some grab and go items here as well. Just your typical American food, nothing spectacular. They do offer frozen yogurt though, if you're interested in that. But otherwise, you can take your food or enjoy your meals in this large seating area. It's basically like a cafeteria. You have condiments that you can use, disposable utensils. Also worth noting, they have a coffee tea maker as well as a microwave. There are these freestyle Coke machines, but unless you just want water, you do need to buy the hotel special cups to use them. Outside of the Bayliner Diner, you can also go to the malt shop that's open later in the evenings, or in the mornings you can go to the on-site Starbucks. Finally, the last item to point out, for the first floor at least anyways, is the Universal Studios store, which in my opinion has all of the best souvenirs from the park that you can buy here, and I can do a whole separate video on this if you guys are interested. But honestly, any souvenirs that I had bought in the park, I was able to find here as well. In addition to souvenirs, you can also still find some essentials, of course overpriced, but if you really needed it right then and there, it's an option, including swimsuits. And because this hotel is owned by Universal, you can even use the Gringotts banknotes from Harry Potter to buy stuff here. And finally, you can either take the elevator or the stairs up to the second floor. It's very open, so it's a nice way to kind of overlook the main resort. And there's a few places you can sit as well. But the main amenities on the second floor would be the bowling alley. There's a total of 7 lanes. You can make a reservation if you want. They also do serve some food if you do want to have some grub while you play. Right next door is the arcade, just your typical arcade. They do have quite a few options though, so pleasantly surprised. And you're able to redeem any winnings for a few prizes at the front desk. Next door to that is the fitness center, which is relatively large. They have tons of cardio machines and equipment, so I don't think you will have to fight or wait at any time for them. And there's also quite a number of strength machines as well. There's also a rack of free weights. There's plenty of floor space to get on a yoga mat too. And all across the wall, you'll find some historic memorabilia, kind of sticking with the 50s, 60s theme throughout. The fitness center hours are from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., but because it's in the center of the whole resort, nowhere close to any of the rooms, you don't have to be worried about being disturbed if somebody drops weights or something. So that's a full comprehensive tour of the Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort Hotel. Again, if you're interested in the room tour that I already did, check out the channel. More to come with travel related videos. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching.